Hey guys, Danny here. Today we're taking my Visuo drone on a range test. Stay tuned.
So I know what you guys are thinking, that footage was not shot from the Visuo drone camera, and you'd be right. I stuck my Yi 4K Plus onto my drone and I was really surprised with the results. Unfortunately I wasn't able to get great footage with the Wi-Fi FPV. The signal just wasn't great and it kept losing connection, my app kept crashing, it was a little bit of a nightmare. So I decided to have some fun and stick my Yi 4K Plus onto my drone. I did, however, carry on with the range test and see how high I could take the drone. On the Wi-Fi, it was dropping out normally within 50 meters, sometimes it was going beyond that. On the controlling of the drone, I would say I was getting to roughly 100 meters of what they advertise. But once you get to that height, the controls are really unresponsive and it's difficult to fly. But I still had a great time flying the drone. It's a great toy. You're not going to get really high aerial shots of it unless maybe you do some signal mods or some antenna mods on the drone. Now let's take a look at what happened when I stuck my Yi 4K Plus on this thing. Okay, so I've taped my Yi 4K Plus to my Visuo drone. It's a bit of a bodge job. I've just sellotaped it on. But we're going to see how this flies, if it can fly at all. I'm kind of expecting it to just not even get off the ground because this camera is fairly heavy compared to how much the drone itself weighs, so we'll see how this fares. As you can see, it does manage to take the weight of the Yi 4K Plus. I was quite surprised how well it was able to. You'll see in the video I do get to some considerable height with the camera on the drone. I don't want you guys to think that it works flawlessly because it doesn't. There is quite a few times where I crash, which I haven't included in the video. There's a few times I have included. It is difficult to control, but again, I'm really surprised that the drone this light can carry this camera. I would say the camera probably weighs the same weight as the drone. The drone is very light and the camera is also light, but they seem comparable. So I was really impressed that the drone was able to even fly at all with the camera, let alone get to a high height. You can see it's fairly stable. There was quite a few times that the drone sort of seemed to get into this wobble that I couldn't control. You'll see that sort of just after this clip. But I had a lot of fun doing this. I would definitely recommend it. I wouldn't take the drone too high in case you lose control of it, and you have to consider you could lose your camera if you crash into a tree. So I'd only do this in like a big open field. I would also make sure no one's around just in case you do lose control of the drone. The last thing you want to do is crash this into someone. It is quite difficult to control.
Wow, I'm really surprised how well that worked. It did struggle to climb and was pretty unstable, but I think that's pretty impressive for a toy grade drone to carry a Yi 4K. This camera's pretty heavy. I don't know how it compares to other action cameras. I mean, this camera to me it's light in the scheme of things, but when you strap it to a drone that weighs probably less than this camera does, it's pretty impressive that it managed to lift it. I also went through 4 batteries and the drone seemed to be okay. The motors didn't burn out or anything like that, which can happen on some drones. It still seemed to function okay even after I took the camera off. So overall I think the drone's pretty good. I was a little bit disappointed with the signal quality. I did some Wi-Fi FPV and the drone signal just seemed really sketchy. Even when I was close up, that was a little bit annoying, but really impressed that it managed to carry this camera. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and hey, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more videos like this one.